any public speaking platform. Me holding my hand like this versus me holding my hand like that, is there a difference? We're going to listen to DTM Harish Bilgi. But before that, DTM Harish is being a beacon of inspiration to this club. It brings out digital ideas in a way we cannot imagine. When we were doing our online sessions, he had his own way of presenting PowerPoint and being in the PowerPoint along with himself on the screen. We don't know how he did that, but at least they were interesting things that he brought up. He's been a leader in his own way, at different leadership levels in Toastmasters. He's been there since a long time now, 10, 12 years, 15 years. He's been a pro, he's been an expert, and he is always there to guide and mentor in this Apple Toastmasters Club. Let's put him a big round of applause.
I am a Santa Claus. A lot of chocolates to be distributed for the best question, best answer. So keep your eyes and ears open. Are you ready for the game?
Yes.
Fantastic. How many of you know that in Toastmasters there is one series called as the Better Speaker Series? How many of you have seen? It's there, you can download it, it's free. And I thought this is the best for any Toastmaster. Someone who has just entered Toastmasters pathways or someone who is excelled, reached DTM level. It's an eye-opener. Just go through that. That's why I picked a topic on using body language. Other day I was just driving with my wife and I was listening to a podcast. This podcast was in Hindi. It was about a person who conducts interviews. The person was none other than a professor who conducts classes and coaches students for UPSC exam. Now, all those who don't know what a UPSC exam is, UPSC exam conducted by Government of India, Union Public Service Commission of India. They handpick the best talent in the country, and this is supposed to be the toughest exam in India. It has 3 levels: the prelims, the mains, and the viva, orals. And this professor happened to be one of the elite panelists who conducts interviews. He said, during interviews, I look at 5 things in the candidate. Now, what are those 5 things? Number 1, posture. What is posture? He says, I just watch a candidate entering the room, coming to a chair, sitting there, and conducts himself throughout the posture. Number 2, vocal tonality. Is he very feeble, or very loud, or whether he's talking too fast? All these are signs of anxiety or having some fear. Vocal tonality. Third, his eye contact. Whether he is looking at the person who has asked him the question, or his eyes are just wandering, looking at the floor or the wall or the ceiling. That means he's trying to hide something. Fourth, how are his gestures? Whether they are in sync with the answer the message is giving. If it is, then he is sincere to his answers. And fifth, how is his delivery? Whether it's too fast, whether he's clumsy, whether he's thinking a lot, whether he's searching for words. that shows his preparedness. Those are the 5 things. Friends, why did I share this story with you? Because the lesson I learned is that you, as a speaker, start communicating with the audience the moment you step onto the stage. In other words, your body starts talking to the audience even before you open your mouth. Now, listening to this, my wife was sitting next to me. She laughed. She said, "Are you going to talk about body language?" I said, "Yes." Oh, then in your case, you have to change the title of the session. It should be using belly language. Because the moment you enter the room or come on in the frame of a camera, your belly enters first, then your body follows. So jokes apart, why I chose this particular topic was because of this wonderful ratio. 7:38:55% ratio. This was given by Dr. Mehra. He's a professor, psychologist in ULC. He had done extensive research on communication. He says the potency of your message, which reaches the audience, is hardly 7% dependent on your words. That means whatever I say, only 7% will reach you. But how I say it, my vocal variety adds 38% weightage. And my body language gives 55% weightage. So, your non-verbal communication is 93% of weightage it carries. In Toastmasters, we are in the business of communication, isn't it? We know how to write a speech, opening, body, conclusion, transitions, then point, subpoint, punches, pauses, anecdotes. We know all. But being the effective speaker is not how you write, but how you say it. That's why body language becomes very important. Now, body language is an effective tool because it adds that emphasis and clarity to the speaker's words. It's an instrument to convince the audience that yes, the speaker has that passion, has that commitment, and is very sincere to his message. And the knowledge of body language also helps you. Because many times you come on the stage and you are nervous. You are, beautiful word given by our one master, you are in the deeper space, isn't it? How do you overcome that nervousness? You can harness that nervous energy. You can use that nervous energy to add to your confidence. You can overcome that and become a wonderful speaker. Now coming to the main subject of today's education session, body language. Now body language can be best described into 3 categories. What is this? Can you quickly tell me what is this? Yes?
Open for ideas.
Open for audience. Started? Okay, quick.
Actually, I feel it's a welcome sign.
Now, what is this category? I mean, I don't want to sign language. Okay. What is this? This is the second category.
Business presentation. Business presentation.
Who said gestures? Sergeant. He deserves a chocolate. And this is simple. What is this? Wonderful. Who answered it? There are 2 minutes. Oh. If no one takes it, you eat it. Huh? So, it is simple. It's a postures. Posture, gesture, facial expression. And what does it indicate? Where you use your feet, your hand, and your face. These 3 are the broad categories. Let us go through this one by one. Posture. Someone has guessed it right. He is world champion of public speaking from our area. Any name?
Harish.
Huh?
Harish.
Dhananjaya.
Harish.
Okay. Maybe I'll think of giving you the chocolate. But if you are interested in knowing his formula for body language, go to YouTube on Dhananjaya. He has spoken, there is a short clip on body language. What he says, when you come on the stage, have an open stance. What is open stance? Stance where there is nothing between you as a speaker and the audience. What is a closed stance? So this is a closed stance. When your feet are closed, he said, don't go with this stance in front of audience. Be relaxed. Balanced stance, always. Never lean on one leg. Don't do this. Have a balanced stance. There's one more speaker who says that you imagine your legs as two trees firmly planted on the ground. You should stand like that. That is your perfect stance. Your feet are apart. Don't be too close. Stand like that because this gives a better balance on the stage. Relax shoulders, chest out, chin up. This is one lesson I learned while preparing this session. That your feet and your face should be congruent with the person whom we are talking to. If I'm talking here, feet and face should be there. If your feet is here and I'm talking to Noel, that means either he's not interested in me or I'm not interested in sharing. That shows that, okay, I'm just doing it just for sake of it. Never do that. Always face the person whom you're talking to. Remember, the moment you come on the stage, audience takes only 7 seconds to realize that you are a confident person. Just 7 seconds. Make the best impression when you step onto the stage. But there are a few don'ts. Don't stand with folded hands. No hands in pockets. No hands on hips. And avoid this fig leaf position. Many of us will have that habit of standing like this. Don't have open stance. Don't have droopy shoulders. And best, never go and hide behind the podium. Why? If you are going to hide behind a podium, what will happen? Anyone? You are letting go of 55% of your marks. Simple. Now gestures. Now what are gestures? See, when I started this Toastmaster journey, I felt like Thakur Baldev Singh of Shule. I never knew what to do with his hands. When I come on stage, what to do with it? You don't know what to do. Sometimes we feel that, okay, you should answer to this, keep it at home and just come and stand and give a speech. It happened with, how many of you had this feeling? Good. So hands and palms. Always keep your palms open. Your palms, the inner of your palm should be facing audience. Remember that. Because it gives an expansive feeling. Now what is that expansive feeling? Just imagine you are Usain Bolt. You are on the starting block. Then fires and just take off. You go to the finishing line, you win Olympic gold. And how is your victory lap? Can anyone just enact? How is the goal? Oh yes, Jim, you are right. Just stand up and do it. Look at his palms. Look at his palms are facing audience. Why? That gives gives him that expansive feeling, that confidence. So always have a palms facing the audience. Now Stanford University conducted a small experiment. What they did, they had one instruction, 3 instructors and 1 crowd. And it was told that each instructor will be coming in front of the crowd, giving the same instruction to the same crowd, and they will be studying the effectiveness of this. The first one came. He said, people sitting on this side, please get up. Move that side. After an hour, the second instructor came and he said, people coming from sitting here can get up and move. Third, people sitting here, get up, move it. The results were like this. When the palms was open, 84% of people complied with the result. When the palm was down, 52%. It was effective, but not fully. When you point fingers at audience, 28% only complied. Because audience doesn't like pointing fingers. So please avoid pointing fingers to the audience. In short, no finger fingers. Now gestures, there are 4 types of gestures. You all know. One is a descriptive type of gesture when you are describing the size, the small size, the rotund shape, location. Then you have an emphatic gesture which shows strong emotion that yes, I have to do it. Third one is a suggestive gesture when you are suggesting, oh, I have a terrible headache, or it's been, isn't it? And the fourth one, I'm sure, how many of you have used this prompting gesture in your speeches? How many of you? I prompted him to raise hand. He did it. Many of us do it in our speech, isn't it? Again, Stanford University, they have categorized this into 3. They say 3 are the best type of gestures. One is gift, show, and chop, they call it. What is a gift? When you are giving something, when you are giving some option, when you are giving some facts, give that gesture. Show gesture, I have a descriptive gesture. 2 types of gestures, or showing the size, when you are showing some those gestures. And chop, when you are doing that emphasis, yes, we have to do this. So, gift, show, and chop. Now, gestures, there are some don'ts. Many times, we start fidgeting. Fidgeting, you start touching your nose. Suddenly, you think that you are Salman Khan and start doing that. Someone tries to play with his earlobes. Then you play with the hair. Then, many times, you start shaking your legs. Especially when you are sitting, heading your palms, interlocking your fingers when you are standing. Don't do that. Rubbing of eyes is the worst. That means you are totally disinterested in sharing something with your audience. The last one is the facial expression. The key to the meaning behind the message is your expression. They reveal your true feeling. So it is said that when you come on the stage, come with an affiliative smile. Why? Because smile is the happiness you will find right under your nose. And there are some 5 medical reasons in the research done. Not that you just have to use smile. What are these 5 reasons? 4 C's and 1 L. The first C, second C. First C is nothing but it increases the coolness factor. The moment you come on the stage and you smile at the audience, people feel at home, yes, this guy is perfect. It connects with the audience. It is said that, imagine someone is carrying a small child and you look at that child looks at you and you smile What does child do? Smile back. So human beings have that tendency to mirror the emotions. You smile at the audience smiles at you. What happens? It calms your mind. All anxiety level comes down. It calms your body. Because when you're coming for a contest, everything is, you're so tensed. Just a smile, you're at ease. And this is what I have learned, that it increases your lifespan. Such a simple thing. And it's proven that all those athletes who had smiling pictures have lived 7 years in excess of the contemporary athletes. A simple thing. Want to live longer? Keep smiling. Can I see you smile? Let me just quickly check your knowledge about smiles. There are 4 different types of smiles here. Dominance, lying, flirtatious, and affiliate. It is said that one should have an affiliative smile. Can anyone tell me the answers? Which is what? Okay.
C. Dominance.
C is dominance. Okay. Anyone else?
D is dominance.
C is lying.
D
C is lying.
D is flirtatious.
I think Shruti, you are right. She knows. C is lying. Then
B flirtatious.
C is lying.
B flirtatious.
B is flirting. Who is flirting? Who? Then A is affiliated. Yes. And the D1. Dominance. You are right. So you have to have this affiliative smile always when you come on the stage. Don't have to laugh, don't have to show your teeth. Just come and smile at the audience. Facial expression, in that again, eye contact is very important. It gives the impression that you have personal rapport with the audience. It is said that you look at a person, that is one thought, one glance. I'm looking at Shakib, I'll give this point and then move on. Then I'll look at Sada, I'll come out with another point. Then I'll look here at Sajid, give a third. Never wander, because eyes are windows to the soul. I'm sure if you are of my age, or you remember this wonderful advertisement, this encompasses everything about body language, facial expression, and eyes. If I just describe it quickly, there's a lady sitting in the cafe, and she just nods at a person. The person sitting there, he feels she's calling him, he gets up. He says, yes. She just looks at him, one black coffee. And later on she removes a hand, it's a small Ericsson phone. The first time the Ericsson was introduced in India. So it has everything. Just one word, one black coffee, that's all. Facial expression, your eye contact, and word language. I come from an automotive domain. So I sell cars, I export cars. It is said that a car will move perfectly only when the wheels are properly aligned. Similarly, as a postmaster, if you want your message to reach well to the audience, your message, your words, your facial expressions, your gestures, your eye contact should be the same. How do we do it? Mirror. Stand in front of mirror, look at it in practice. Do video recording. I'm trying that now. Do video recording and then you will try to refine yourself next time you come on the stage. And family and friends like you, when you come and give a session like this, get a feedback and improve next time you go on the stage. With this, my education session on public using body language is over. Conclusion, body language is a superpower. You have a chance to become a superman. Posture breeds success, and gesture strengthens your message. With this,
We have question answers. Anybody have any questions? Any questions? Well, I had one.
Okay.
So, like, this was a don't that we showed this time. So when we are not having a speech or we don't have any gestures to do, what do you suggest that we do the best kind of stance that we take?
this is a very common thing which is generally asked. They call it a steeple position. Don't intertwine your fingers. Make a steeple. This gives added confidence in your position. You have seen this. Who is a great person who does this? You have seen Steve Jobs. He moves and then gives his points. So this is what you can do instead of clasping. But better keep the palms open. That connects well with the Okay. So
Shruti has a question.
it was a good question, so you deserve a chocolate.
Thank you so much. That was for you.
Okay.
Shruti?
Ashwini.
All those gestures that you have mentioned about is about the speaker, but it is applicable to people who are sitting on the other side of the
Oh yes. So this definitely you tend to
So I have a habit of crossing my hands like this whenever I sit. Even though I am not skeptical about the speaker, but I think it is more of a habit. So will it affect negatively when I am sitting?
It's not a habit, it's a subconsciously when the topic itself is so boring that
No. Your topic was not at all boring, but I was listening. And when you mentioned about that, I remember.
that gives you a chance to listen. Yeah, but it gives, okay, it could be like I told you, you come and you have weight on both feet. But there are some people, like I also have some limp on one leg. So many times you will limp while coming. But does that mean that your body language is not good? But if you are conscious about that, you try to correct it.
No, as a speaker, I understood, but what I'm asking is as an audience.
As an audience, yes, so that puts off the speaker. Because then speaker will look at you at once, then he feels that, okay, this person is not interested and he move on to something else. It may happen. Even that, while listening, if some people, I'm looking at somebody, his toes are pointing towards me, I feel that I've connected. If someone else's toes are just, they're sitting in a relaxed position, I will not do that as a speaker. Yes, Chala.
Sometimes we see speakers shouting more than replying, and also showing more of facial expressions. It becomes dramatic. Is there a dilemma involved there? This is what we
If the script needs it, or someone, I remember there was one Australian star from Tamil film industry, T. Rajendra. I mean, he was such a goofy kind of character. He was so loud. But if the script calls for it, we can do it. But if you are overdoing it, then people will lose interest. And shouting, there are some speakers who feel that if I talk very fast, it gives a better impression. If I talk loud, it gives a better impression. But that is a sign of fear. That's a sign of fear. There's somewhere deep down you are scared, so we are venting it. Yes, Sabit.
I just want to ask, see, everybody has some natural expression, obviously.
Yeah.
And stuff like this, right? Sometimes if I am giving a speech, I need to ask a question to someone or I actually stand like this. This is my natural expression. So if I try to go this will be right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
right.
if I compare my natural expression and if I feel that my natural expression can be better than it, should I follow this rule or I should follow my natural
All your
expression?
gestures, your postures should be natural. Otherwise, it will look as if you are a student from KG doing that twinkle, twinkle, little star, up above the world so high. So you become very mechanical.
Yeah.
Okay, so be natural, let it come with the flow.
Thank you.
I mean, not that every time you are talking to me, I understand everything. Don't do that. It can be natural. Yes, yes, got it.
So just one personal challenge. So what will be the eye contact? So then let's imagine a speech where you have two characters. So you have placed one character here and one character here. And there's a dialogue which is going on with all the characters. Now what happens when I move to that zone?
Yeah.
My eye contact with the audience goes away. Now how do you balance that? That's the stage placement with the character and the eye contact.
Good question. This he's talking about he wants to create a virtual hologram on the stage when there are two characters. But he's only one on the stage. But he wants to show to the audience there is one more character. And he is having a conversation with that. During that time, where is the eye contact? Did not you first you establish eye contact with the audience, then you enact your act. That means you have invited them to this particular scene. Complete that scene. You talk to him, okay, how are you? How is the day? Oh yes, fine. That's it. And then come back to the audience and then hang out. Right? Not that you're talking to him and then looking at him. No, it doesn't look nice. It doesn't come natural. That is what I found. Anyone else?
What I keep your hands off.
Got it.
Right. So as per the agenda, we have a table topic session and then we have a break. Ideally, we would have had a break